Okay, hello everybody, the Pro Spartan Gamer here, back again with PES World, and well, just thought a few of you would want to look into the Master League a little bit more. I haven't actually started this proper Master League with the Spartans or anything. I'm just toying with it, seeing what's actually on it this time. I've not actually played any matches, I've been simming them, but I just wanted to show you a few things that I found already, and a few things that I think are better than perhaps what people thought they were, having seen reviews on Preview Code about the Master League and the transfers and simulation button along the schedule and things like that. It's not as bad as what people were commenting and saying. In fact, it's a big improvement from last year, quite a lot on the Master League from what I can see. So I'm just going to quickly whiz through a few things in this video, talk about the Master League. I have done a little bit of editing, yes, at the moment, and as you can't put in emblems or whatever of your own this year, I've decided that the SP Spartans are going to go in with the PES United emblem, just because it's got PES on it, and none of the other emblems, you know, most of them have other names wrote on them, so I felt the PES one was the one that was the best fit for the Spartans this year. So we can't have our usual Spartan badge, which is a shame, but the PES United one will do okay this year. Okay, so that's your main hubs sort of screen. I've also had a play about with what leagues you start in if you start from a certain place. I mean, as you can see, I've just gone into the PEU league, which will become the Bundesliga once this sort of game is edited, just to start it, to see whether I could use a fake team from there. But the best workaround I've found for it, if you want to use a fake team and make your own team up, is to transfer, go into edit mode, go into competitions, and swap the 3 Bundesliga teams into the PEU league. So Schalke, Bayern Munich and Bayer Leverkusen. Just swap them with 3 teams from the PEU league, and you know, pick out one of the emblems that you think best suits you to swap back, and then you will be in other European teams. Now if you start a Master League with a team in other European teams, you get a choice of where you want to put them, so you can put them in the Sky Bet Championship or second division in France, second division in Italy, second division in Spain, whatever. So that's what I'm going to do when I start with the Spartans. I'm going to actually pick, obviously, the Sky Bet Championship with the Spartans to go in. So that's the way I'm going to go around it. But for this purpose of this video, just forget all of that. We're just going to show you the few things that I found already on the Master League. So go into team management. Instantly you've got training. I know a few people have already seen this, but obviously if you want to work on Pacifics, you now have passing, dribbling, shooting, defence, physicality, speed, balance. So there's a few things. We didn't have any training at all last year, so that's an improvement. Not massively, but it's still something better than nothing to sort of work on there. Now negotiations. Now I think this is a massive plus. I am outside the window now. Okay, so I've been through the initial transfer window at the beginning, and the good thing is the AI do come in for some of your default players. I've started this with a default Master League team. They do come in and want to sign a few of them. I didn't actually put any of them up for sale, and I still managed to sell 7 or 8, I think, so it was quite good. But what I like is you can actually sign people outside the transfer window. They won't come in until the next transfer window, but there was lots of problems last year with the transfer window in January being it went too quick, because basically you only had 2 chances of signing people. But with this, you can actually go in and sign someone. So I'll just go into the scouting report, because I'll show you this in a minute, but I sent a scout going out to look at some people in France. So say we wanted him, Sanu, just for argument, you go in to negotiate. You either go for an outright buy, or also on this year you can loan and have an option to buy later, which is quite good. So they're saying the deal's right. He wants a little bit more money because his face is a bit down there, so we just up the ante there to 4 and see if he's happy with that. He is. We'll give him a little bit longer on the contract. We're not going to give him any bonuses. We're not going to use any players to trade. So that's good. The other thing I like is when you become a bigger club, and you might be like the Spartans, and you're looking to attract people, it's not always easy on PES, but with this year you can put in any amount of money you want, and you can pay ridiculously over the odds for someone if you want someone, and they can come to your club. That is great. We haven't been able to do that for quite a few years on PES, so I'm all for that. So any player is accessible on the game if you've got the tut suite, the money. So that's how it should be, because sometimes you've been like, I don't care if it's not really realistic. We don't want everything as realistic as possible. But on a football simulation game, you want to be able to sign the best players in the world if you've got the money and your club's gone places. And, you know, if you're a manager of a lowly side and you want to be able to sign, I mean, Messi or whoever at your club, and you've got the money, why can't you? You're playing the game for fun. It's not some sort of like, you don't want it that real. So I think people that are nagging about the reality of players going to different places, I think need to just have a look at what they're actually playing. They're playing a PlayStation game. We don't want it as real as that. You know, you want to be able to bring in, you don't want to ever go for a whole Master League career and never actually be able to buy a player that you want at your club, even though you've had the money to do so. So that's my little preach and soapbox moment out of it. I'm happy with the transfer system. It's streamlined, it's quick, and it works. What else do you need? Put in money for a transfer fee, put in money for an annual salary. You've got a little smiley face just to say whether it's likely to be accepted. Good enough. It's all about getting the players in and playing with them for me on the Master League. I don't want to spend hours crawling through negotiation windows. I don't mind spending hours looking for players, but I want the negotiation to be quite quick. So we're going to send that one on the way so I can show you what I mean. Like I say, we're outside the window. You get this little chart saying the figures we've offered should be more than satisfactory. So hopefully he's going to come. I'll also show you the scouting instructions. This is quite basic, but it's still a plus point and something better than what we've had. So you can send a scout out anywhere in Europe or around the world. There's different places you can send him. South America there, Asia. And yeah, it's only 4 things. It's forward, midfield, defender or goalie. Those sort of parameters. And then you've got young, mid-career or veteran. And then you send them out to look. But that's good enough. And then that forms your scouting list, your scouting report, which is good. I like that. That's a good plus point. Obviously, you've still got the really in-depth advanced search to look at people. You know, you can really get it down to people with big balls. I was going to say, not quite that detailed. You can't actually get it down to whether they got big balls and they get Pinocchio nose or something. No, but you can get it down to whether they got body balance, speed, whatever you're looking for in a defender maybe, and stuff like that. Which is which has always been good on PES, the search engine. I like that. That's fantastic. So that's youth team still here, no different on the youth team. So I've just come out and I'll show you that we've already signed this guy, just to show you, and this guy. We've already signed these two. We're not going to play this, so it doesn't matter that we're signing 2 right wingers, so don't worry about that. And it doesn't matter that one's only 61, he's probably an absolute pile of dog shit. That doesn't matter either. It's just showing you the point that these people are signed outside the window, and they will come in during the January window. So you can do your business between September and December, get 5 people already lined up to come in on the first day of the window, and therefore you can sign quite a few people in January this year. So you don't need to worry about that. That's been sorted out. Skipping to the next day. Yes, we'll just skip that match because we don't want to play it. Just to show you, we lost. Never mind. League tables, no different there really, just different menu settings. Gate receipts, you get a fair bit of money from each game, which is good. Money isn't a problem. So here it is, the basic thing. Now it isn't always 7 days. It's stopped whenever there's an event on that calendar. So in a minute, it's going to stop every 2 or 3 days. So there's been an update on the transfer window. Let's have a look. So Sanu, an agreement has been reached. So everything's honky-dory. He's coming in for those terms, so we'll accept it and we'll show you what happens. So you'll be obliged to play half a season's wages because he's going to sign midway through the season, which is January. So there he is. He's going to come in January. So another player already finalised for later on. So that's great. I love that. That's back to the olden days on PES when you could do a bit of negotiating and it didn't really matter that it was like that. The scouts found a few more players. I've got him searching for centre forward or forwards in France who are young. He's coming back with, well, he's not too bad, but some of them are dire. You have to sort through them and pick out what you want. I suppose as you get better, you know, they pick out better people to sign. It's a bit like the old list of targets, but it's just got a different twist on it. Not a lot else really to say. You've got your main screen there, which is obviously the same. You've got a lot more teams in the cup competition. So obviously, if you were in England, that would be a lot more people in the league and cup. So you've got that, and you've also got playoffs in the Skybet Championship this year. You've got your squad list, which is fine, no different there. Schedule, team results, player results. So player statistics in cup. Still don't know whether they go on and give you career stats, which I want, which I would love, but it doesn't look like I'm gonna get that again this year. Someone will listen one day, I'm sure. So that's your results during the season. Database is where you go and look at all the other competitions and all. So there you are in England. You've got the Barclays Prem, the FA Cup, the Skybet Championship. I've edited all them to what they should be. So you can have a look into it. If you want to have a look at the promotional playoffs, that's obviously going to be 3 down to 6. There's the Skybet Championship teams. I've edited all them apart from Nottingham Forest, as you can see. Just got them to do. And they're all in the FA Cup, so there's going to be loads of teams in the FA Cup this year. Not sure how they're going to work that out. That's going to be pretty good. And you've obviously got Charity Shield added in, which is good as well. So there's a few more stuff going on there. And that's where you go and look at team info, and you can look into players. So if you go into Arsenal, you can look into their games manager info and all that sort of stuff if you want to like look at a player and how they're getting on. So that's all in there. That's all honky-dory and fine. No problem with any of that. Records, that shows you your league ranking, your club ranking and your national ranking. And then obviously system is to save and what have you, and return to top menu. So it's all pretty much fairly obvious. There's your kickoff, and obviously you've got a lot more info, a lot more stuff now on what you can do in the game plan. Sorry, press the wrong button. You can do the fluid formation, you can have it on and off and all of that. You can change your lineups and everything else there, and obviously you've got all that when you go into the match screen as well. So yeah, hope that wraps it up for you. A little bit of more of an oversight, having got into Master League there and just simmed a few games to see how it progresses. But a lot of positives for me. Positives on signing people outside the window. Positives on how the transfer system is this year. I like the little scouting thing. It's not majorly involved, but it's better than just having a list of targets appear there. So I quite like that idea. The percentage chance of signing has gone and it's been replaced by those smiley faces, but I've not got a problem with that. Player trading is back, which is great, and option of loan to buy is back. Well, no, it's not back. I don't think that's ever been in, an option to actually buy at the end of a loan deal. So that's really good as well. So happy and desperate to get on with my SP Spartans Master League, but first of all there's a lot of editing to do to get the kits right before I start. But we'll be starting that very soon. Hopefully going to do an overview video on Become a Legend soon as well, and also probably my club when that's up and running and live when the game comes out. But thanks for joining me, dudes. Hope you enjoyed that overview of the Master League this year and the Pro Spartan Gamers views on it. For me, it's a thumb up. It's a lot better than 14. So I don't want any of you having any hang-ups about the window skipping on too long and everything else, because you've got chance to buy people outside, and that was the big thing we were hoping for. So great. Cheers, dudes. Stay safe and look out for loads more PES 2015 content from me, the Pro Spartan Gamer, and from the fellows at PES World as well. Cheers dudes, see you soon.